Brazil, 1966. The hills outside the city of Niterói were quiet, covered in green grass and mist. To the people of the town, it was just another ordinary August day. Farmers worked the fields, children played near the woods, and the world seemed calm. But hidden in the silence of those hills, a mystery was waiting to be discovered. A mystery so strange that, decades later, it still has no answer. This is the story of the lead masks case. It was August 20th when two young boys went hiking up the hills, looking for kites and adventure. But instead, they found something chilling. At first, it looked like two men resting in the grass, but as the boys moved closer, they realized the men were not breathing. Their bodies lay side by side, dressed neatly in suits and raincoats, and covering their faces were strange lead masks. No eyes visible, no expressions, just lifeless silence.
Police quickly identified the bodies. They were Manuel Pereira da Cruz and Miguel Jose Viana, two electronic technicians from Campos. They were educated, disciplined men, not the kind you would expect to end up dead in such a strange way. Witnesses recalled seeing them earlier in the week, buying raincoats and visiting a shop where they purchased lead. But why? Why would two technicians leave their town, travel to Niterói, and die on that hill with masks on their faces?
Near the bodies, police discovered a notebook. Inside, they found strange instructions. The notes were not technical diagrams or work plans. They sounded like part of a ritual. One entry read, 1630, be at the agreed place. 1830, ingest capsules. After the effect, protect metals, wait for mask signal. What capsules? What metals and what mask signal? None of it made sense. The theories began to spread. Some believed the men were experimenting with radiation or some kind of energy, using the masks to shield their eyes. Others suggested they were involved in a spiritual cult, attempting to contact beings from another world. Locals even claimed they saw strange lights in the sky around the time of their deaths. Was this science, superstition, or something unearthly?
Investigators searched for answers, but the autopsies brought little clarity. The bodies showed no signs of struggle, no wounds, no burns. Poison was suspected, but by the time the bodies were found, decomposition had already erased most chemical traces. The capsules mentioned in the notebook were never recovered. It was as if the truth had dissolved into the soil of that hillside.
Locals began to speak of strange meetings the men had attended before their deaths, whispered stories of a secret group obsessed with life beyond the earth. Manuel and Miguel were said to have built strange devices, radios designed not to catch earthly frequencies, but cosmic ones. They were seeking contact, not with people, not with governments, but with something beyond.
The theories multiplied. Some claimed the men were part of a dangerous cult, guided into a ritual that went fatally wrong. Others whispered of espionage, secret experiments during the Cold War. And then there were those who believed in something stranger, that Manuel and Miguel had tried to ascend, to step into another dimension. The lead masks, they said, were protection from forces not meant for human eyes. Years later, researchers revisited the case with fresh eyes. They uncovered evidence that Manuel and Miguel had indeed been part of a small spiritualist group
one that believed in intense meditation and the ingestion of psychoactive substances to make contact with higher beings. The masks were not for radiation, nor for science. They were to shield their eyes from a blinding vision, a light they expected to see when crossing into the unknown.
The capsules they ingested were likely powerful hallucinogens. They expected visions, messages, enlightenment, but what they received was death. Overdosed, dehydrated, and disoriented, they collapsed side by side on the hill, waiting for a signal that never came. The masks, their final attempt at protection, became symbols of a tragic mistake.
And so, the mystery of the lead masks case may not be of aliens or secret weapons, but of human belief. Two men driven by curiosity, faith, and the hope of contact with the beyond. They built their own ritual, wrote their instructions, prepared for the moment, but underestimated the danger. The real mystery is not why they died, it is why they believed so strongly in what awaited them.
Decades later, the story of Manuel and Miguel remains unsolved in the hearts of many, not because we lack a theory, but because we lack certainty. Were they victims of their own faith, or did they truly see something that night? Something so powerful it required protection. The lead masks rest in silence, but their mystery continues to shine in the darkness.